Some breaking news for Lunar Classic, going over a trade that I made and the price of Lunar Classic and the rest of the market. With that said, let's jump straight into it. Remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. And first of all, checking out Google Trends here, we can see that sadly, we are still trending downwards for the search term LUNC and Lunar Classic, right? Trending downwards here. The way we can help this is searching for it more on YouTube, sharing these videos with a friend, commenting, liking, all of that sort of good stuff will really help us get this out more. So if you just want to share this with a friend, share it on Twitter, wherever you want, on WhatsApp, all of that stuff will help with us trending more. The more we trend, as you know, the better it is for the price and that sort of thing. Heading over to the price of Lunar Classic right now, up 1.58%. And we do have the overall market today only up 0.5%. So again, nice to see that the market is, Lunar Classic is actually outplaying the market again. Now, here in trending, we have USTC, and this was a trade that I made and I spoke to you guys about here on the channel, and it was absolutely perfect. It could not have gone better. Right now, we are down almost 12% today. The reason why Lunar Classic was pumping, if you didn't know, there was a new proposal to repeg USTC, and this basically made the volume go insane. The market cap jumped a significant amount. People got very excited. We can see here, very, very excited. So exactly what I did here is right here. We can see, so as we can see now, the price is tanking very quickly. But what did we do here on the channel? If you do want to buy yourself some USTC, you can do so on BitGet. We'll go through that a little bit in a second. But as the price was pumping around here, I made a video saying that I was buying Lunar Classic. I alerted my community as well. If you do want to join my community, the link's down there. And I alerted them, sorry, not Lunar Classic, USTC. I bought it here. We then made a very, very nice run up, and I sold everything apart from the profit. So for full transparency, I did put in around $7,000 into USTC. Please remember that you should be putting in a specific amount in comparison to what your portfolio is worth. That's a small position in my portfolio. So I put that in, we rode it up. I then sold everything, and I currently have around $1,500 in my portfolio worth. It's probably about $1,000 now that we're watching it absolutely tank in front of our eyes. Let me see what it's worth as we speak while it's crashing right there. Yeah, we're down to 1,200. We're down to $1,200 right now, which is still totally free money. And this is the beauty of this trading style, right? My trading style in a bull market, I would have bought as early as possible, and then I would have taken profits, but I wouldn't have sold everything of my initial investment right away until really I got around 100%. But because we're in a bear market and the market is trending downwards, what I did was the opposite to what I would do in a bull market. So I bought here, and then once we moved, I think it was around 30 or 40%, I then sold all of my initial investment, leaving just a little bit there for my moon bag. Now, whatever happens with the market, it's free money. It could pump 10x, and that will be a significant amount of money. If it pumped 10x from here, that would be $12,000 still for totally free. If it goes to zero, I have no risk whatsoever. So that's my specific trading style with coins like this. Please do not follow me. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. Now, with that said, of course, you can buy it on BitGet. You can also trade Lunar Classic right now on leverage, and look at that, we're just having a pump on Lunar Classic while I'm speaking and a dump on a USTC. I wonder why that is, but you can make the best of these moves right here using leverage, and you don't even need to use a lot of leverage. And if you wanted to go short on the market, you can actually use leverage here. You can go down to as low as 1x, and that way you can still short the market with no leverage, right? So it's actually a really good tool for you to use. And right now, BitGet is giving away over $4,400 in bonuses right now down there in the description. So grab up these bonuses while they're still there, because I'm sure they're not going to last for much longer. With that said, the price of Lunar Classic is looking pretty strong, right? If we do jump over to this chart, we can see I've drawn in these lines, and right then we interacted pretty much with our 003 mark, which is a very strong level of resistance now for Lunar Classic. But you can see we broke down from here, we broke below that line of support, and then we came straight back up to retest it here, and then heading up higher. This is still very bullish in my opinion. And did something just drop? Sorry, I'll find out after this video if there's a piece of news that just dropped to make this happen. But the piece of news that I knew about was we had this breaking news here. You can now use Luna Classic to pay for real life purposes with the OKCIO app. Now, this is great. Of course, it's great, but the price of Luna Classic changes so violently, as we've just seen, that this would actually, the price of what you're buying can change really drastically. So by the time the transaction goes through, even if it's a millisecond, it could still be different by the time, So I'm not sure exactly how that would work, but great news, real world utility. Remember, there are this is a taxable event if you do spend your crypto. So do keep that in mind when you are doing this sort of thing. Now, that's great. And if we do head over to the LUNC Burns, we can see Binance still up there at the top at 8.6 billion. Or is that billion? Yeah, 8.6 billion. We got 1.2% tax burn now at 5.5 billion. And it does look like these guys will be neck and neck soon if Binance continues to slow down. We did see a slowdown of their burn just the other day. Number 4 here, MEXC, which is nice to see, 1 billion. And don't forget, guys, we got the Connor Kenny burn down here at number 19 at 7.2 million. You guys can help out with that by smashing the like button, hitting the subscribe button. Only 36% of you guys right now watching are subscribed. So if you do have a second, smash up that subscribe button. And looking at the Bitcoin chart, we can see right now still holding pretty strong above that $19,000 mark. Here is the weekly chart, but let's get up the daily chart so we can see it a little bit better. We did break through the descending trend line here, which was bearish, right? We was continually making lower highs and lower lows. We broke through it, and now we are potentially still just retesting this region, which could still validate this V pattern, this W pattern, which would be good, right? We came down 2 touch points. If we do go lower, it could even be moving this down here somewhere, depending on what happens, and then hopefully breaking up. I'm still particularly bullish on Bitcoin in the short term. I think we may see some price action going upwards. But remember, tomorrow is the CPI data. Tomorrow is the CPI data. Tomorrow. So if this is better than expected, I would expect a pump. If it is exactly what people expect, I would expect probably nothing at all. And if it's worse, of course, it's going to go down, right? Obvious stuff here. But right now, the market doesn't seem to be too worried. We've got the Dow up just very slightly there. We got NASDAQ still down 1% yesterday, and the S&P 500 0.5%. So the market isn't too fearful. So potentially they're pricing in good news, which isn't necessarily a good thing, because if they price in good news and the news is basically average, this could mean still more downturn. That's what we saw in the last one. Now, one last thing that we may potentially be seeing right now, potentially, fingers crossed, is this, the DXY creating a lower high. Is it possible that we could finally be creating a lower high? This is only a 1-day chart, so we've got 1 day here, hasn't even closed yet. But what would be great to see is a lower high forming, and then finally a lower low, another lower high, and then another lower low. This is what we want. This is what we're hoping for. Fingers crossed this really does happen. I would love to see that. With that said, of course, we've made a very, very nice profit here. Honestly, I'm not going to be buying USTC again unless maybe we go down to these lows right here where we are accumulating for a long time. Potentially. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do, but I'll be holding the amount that I have for a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it makes some really nice profits. Hopefully you guys made the best of those profits too. Remember, if you guys do want $4,400 in sign-up bonuses, head down to the description right now. Sign up to BitGet. If you want to practice your trading, you can do so on BitGet on their demo account. I actually absolutely love the exchange. I'm using it myself each and every day. And yeah, hopefully you guys like it too. And I will see you guys in the next